All right, guys, welcome back to our team time. It is May 19, and we have a lot to cover today, so I'm going to just get to it. So, Og Mandino said, and this is part of our Coaches on a Mission creed, if you will, that I will persist until I succeed. I was not delivered into this world in defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be prodded by my shepherd. I am a lion, and I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. This is where we get our name, the lionhood. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. This is where we choose our community. We choose who we're going to surround ourselves with. Let them join the sheep, those that are complaining. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. I will persist until I succeed. That is who we are. That's what we do. That's what we do here. And our values, I'm going to keep repeating it because it's going to sink in, right? Is Lionheart. So we value leadership. We want you to step up and step into leadership in Mission Possible, in your business, with your clients, all of that. Integrity, that's without saying, outstanding reputation and service, noble character, honor, excellence, achievement, resilience, and teamwork. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the benefits of being an executive director, because we know that there's these executive director bonuses and summits and things that are going on. So we want to talk a little bit more about those, because make sure everybody understands what is on the line. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about what might be keeping you stuck. And we're going to talk a little bit about building your dream team. So with all the different changes and all of the different things, I wanted to make sure that everybody was on the same page and understood that there are actually 3 separate bonuses that are available. Okay. And 2 of them are new and 1 of them has always been there. Okay. But basically, for any coach who achieves the rank of executive director for the first time between March and August, okay, till August 31st, you get a bonus of $1,000. Okay. So that is for any coach that gets to ED between March and August. Now, this is the other new one. When you maintain your rank for the second month, okay, so you hit it the first month, and on the second month, if you maintain it, you get another bonus of $1,000. Okay. And then there's the consistency bonus. This consistency bonus has always been there, and it continues to be there. When you maintain an average of $6,000 a month over a 3-month period of time, so you've got the first month you hit 1,000, the second month you hit 1,000. If you maintain it that third, because to be ED, you need to have either $6,000 in volume or a mix, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But there's a very good chance that by the third month, you're going to qualify for the consistency bonus of another $1,000. So this is valid for any coach that has never hit ED before. Okay. You can get these bonuses. And, oh gosh, there was an and. If they're a brand spanking new coach, and like, let's say you bring on a coach that just gets started and they go ED, right? They qualify for those bonuses, and you will qualify for the assist bonus. Okay. The assist bonus varies. It's not the $1,000, right, for you, but still it's a bonus that you can get. And I'm having trouble with my technology once again here. And then in addition to these bonuses, we've got the ED Summit that's coming up in November. Okay. And what is the ED Summit? Basically, it's in Baltimore. You get an executive meet and greet. You get a guided tour of headquarters, an immersive product innovation center experience. Last week, I believe it was, Carrie came on and shared a little bit of her experience. And she said she would definitely go back and attend. She wants to attend other Optavia events. And I could ask anybody here, that's attended an event. Most people, when they go, they want to come back. There's coach education sessions, community time, including select meals, a commemorative gift, and complimentary 2-night hotel stay. Other than incentive trips, I've never seen Optavia offer like to pay for your stay, which is really cool. So how do you qualify for that? You need to be an executive director or above 3 out of 6 months between March and August. and earn one accelerator assist bonus. And we talked about how you can earn an accelerated assist bonus when you help someone else either bring on, it starts with 3 clients. If you help a new coach bring on 3 clients in their first month or in their second month, you get an assist bonus. Okay. So, how is it that you achieve executive director? Basically, you earn 5 points. That's what it is. Okay. So, 1 point is either $1,200 in frontline volume or 1 senior coach. And so you can earn 5 points with a mix of those. But if you get them all in frontline volume, that adds up to the $6,000. And that's what I was saying, that qualifies you for the consistency bonus afterwards, right? If you have a coach that you bring on, and what's really cool about the senior coach piece is that you can bring on as many senior coaches as you want, right? And so there's no limit to that. Whereas you can only earn the $1,000 bonus once, right? With the senior coach, you can earn over and over and over. And that's part of the permanent compensation plan. So this is how you do it. But the whole question is, how do you get there? Right. And that's where the Edge 30 comes into play. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But if you are somebody that is interested in qualifying for any of these bonuses or for the trip, I am launching beginning tomorrow the Lionhood Launchpad to help unleash your roar. Okay. And so it's going to be what I call a power pod of people that are ready to put the work in. We want to ignite our ambition, amplify our actions, and roar our way to success like we've never seen before. Okay. And so if that's something that you're interested in, please message me, because I'm going to add you to our chat, because what we're going to be doing is just providing accountability and support for each other to make sure that we don't get discouraged. Remember, vitamin C is the booster our immunity against discouragement and complacency. Okay. So basically, we're going to be sharing our goals. We're going to share our plan for the week. We're going to share our daily action steps. We're going to share our challenges, and we're going to share our wins. So we're going to do this together. So Edge 30, as you guys know, are the action steps that Optavia is kind of laying out for us to see the kind of results that we want, right? So it's making 3 new connections every day, posting on social media 2 to 3 times a day, adding 3 new friends minimum on social media, committing to your own plan, committing to attending the trainings live and on camera, and inviting at least 2 to 3 people to explore coaching every week. Now, that's the action steps. The second part of our meeting is talking about, okay, what is keeping us stuck? Why are we not doing this? I will tell you that I have not been consistent. So what is it that keeps us stuck and not doing the thing? I want to ask you guys a question. Let me open this up. Oh, back. Okay, we're going to play a little game. You guys are going to get ready to type into your chat. Okay. And I'm going to bring up that image again. And when you see that image, I would like for you to type into the chat how that makes you feel. Okay. So don't think about it too hard. This is one of those, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay. So how does it make you feel? Or what does it remind you of? Spit the word out that comes out first. Okay. What does that do for you? Let me see in the chat. Peaceful. Okay. Peace and light. Kind of consistent, right? You guys kind of feel that. Okay. Now I'm curious to find out. You guys ready for the next one? I'm going to type it in. First thought that comes to mind. Okay. Stephen King. No, thank you. Dissonance. Okay. One more. If I can get to the thing. Hang on. Why can't I get to the thing? There it is. Acid drip. Fire, hot, cold. Now, you guys, these are all 3 the same picture. All I did was I changed the filter. That's all I did. And you got completely different. Now think about it. First, it was peaceful, then Stephen King, then fire, right? They're like polar opposites. And it's the same picture. The difference is the filter. Okay. So, what is the filter through which we do our actions? So, if I were to ask you guys, okay, what are the Edge 30 actions? What do you need to do to grow your business? You know what to do. The question is, are you doing it? I know what to do. The question is, am I doing it? Okay. Why? Because, and we try to change our actions. We're like, I just need to grin and bear it. I got to do it. I got to do it. Right. Our actions come from our beliefs, which come from our thoughts, which very often come from our results. It's kind of like an endless cycle. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay. Do the results come first? Do the thoughts come first? Well, if you're starting something new, it comes from our thoughts and our beliefs that lead to our actions, and our actions will lead to the results. And if you don't see results, then it affects your thoughts, which affects your beliefs, which affect your actions. And it can become either it will always become a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that what you think will become true. Okay. And it can become a trap where you keep going around in circles, not moving. So the beauty of all of this is that just like we could change our filters, we can change our thoughts. And one of the things that I love about this program is just becoming more aware of our thoughts, right? Becoming aware of our thoughts is a lot more challenging than, becoming aware of our thoughts is not where it stops. It's not only becoming aware, but it's also changing our thoughts. But because this is a new skill set, sometimes those thoughts just feel like they're just the way it is, right? We don't realize that what we're looking at could actually be looked at in two different ways, right? Because we're just so used to seeing it. I loved working when I worked as a nurse during oh gosh, I can't remember it was some election many, many moons ago. That I've shared with us before, that I worked in a pod where there were 5 people sitting and it was ambulatory and everybody was watching the same thing. Everybody had a different opinion on what was being said. And every single opinion was awesome and pretty valid. Like each one had a different opinion, and each one was really, that's a good point. I always felt that way. Okay. And so the reason I share that is that there are many versions of what we perceive to be reality, right? The question is, are we choosing the version that serves our goal? First of all, do we know what our goal is? Right? A couple weeks ago, I asked you guys a question. What are some of the things that hold you back from sponsoring coaches? You guys remember some of the things you posted? It was like not knowing how to train them, not feeling like not completely confident, right? What were some of the other concerns that you guys had?
Helping them see the vision of what's possible and asking them what they want. And it's just the same thing as having a client. It's just now you're building on the client experience. If they've been a client, you've asked them what they wanted. If you're contemplating them becoming a coach, then you're still trying to find that thing that's going to motivate them and what they want.
So you're talking about the how to, right? So I'm wondering, what are the concerns? Like what would keep you from sharing, right? Maybe we've had somebody that became a coach that didn't do anything, right? What are some of the concerns, or like the blocks, the things that keep you from adding or inviting a new coach? So I love what you just said, Tim, because that was a perfect fear of them saying no. Heather, thank you. But I love that you shared that, Tim, that we want to help them see what's possible, because there is so much that's possible. In terms of the ideas of what, our thoughts and our beliefs and results and all the things, we are all susceptible to falling into that trap. I know I have. I've been having a lot of life going on, and that has kept me, and the thoughts that they have produced have kept me from being consistent. Lucky for me, I have Dan Bell. And Dan is holding me accountable, and I very much appreciate that. So what we talked about was what I wanted, and I realized, oh my goodness, we all need mentorship. We all need mentorship, and we all need accountability. Okay. What is it that I want? And what are the things that are keeping me from doing the things that I know that will get me what I want? And if you watch this Saturday's Edge to ED boot camp, they talked about that, and they challenged, and I want to challenge you as well, challenged us to message your mentor specifically. What is it that's like, what are the thoughts that are going through your mind that are keeping you from doing the work? Okay. And actually beginning with, what is your goal? Because if you don't have a goal, then that's part of why you're not doing the work, right? But what is possible is what motivates us, at least me. When I see that somebody else did something, in my brain, I'm like, oh, look, it can be done. If it can be done, then why not me? That's the way my brain automatically thinks, right? So I love surrounding myself with people that are getting things done. And I was in a funk, right? So guess what I did? I got on a win call, and actually this morning, and they asked the question, what makes coaching fun? Because there's thoughts that go through my mind. I'm like, am I a good leader? Can I do this? All the questions I am human, you guys, and I have the thoughts, right? And when I noticed those thoughts, I said, these thoughts are not serving me. So what am I going to do? I leaned into mentorship. I plugged into community. I was very intentional about putting myself in a space where people are moving towards what I want and feeding my mind. So instead of beating myself up and saying, I can't believe you're not doing the work, Donnie, whether it be in my personal health, in my business, or whatever, I realized that it all comes from up here, and that's where I'm targeting. So ultimately, I link arms with you guys, and we do this together. Okay. We do this together. And because when I hear that somebody did something, it fires me up and it reminds me of what's possible. I thought that you guys might benefit from hearing what's possible, because there's some questions that I've heard that I've wondered myself. Okay. Do people even want to do the program anymore? Um, will people sign on as clients? Okay. All of these questions. So I want you to listen to the story, and I want you to then answer the question. Oh, what I was going to say is, in terms of the win call, I distracted myself, is that they asked the question, what makes coaching fun? And all of a sudden, what happened is I had a new filter to look at all of my objections. And I started remembering when I got to take a whole group of people to Sedona. I think Heather was with us, right? And I remember when we turned this corner, and everybody, it was like the bus stopped, or in the van, all the buzzing stopped, and everybody was taking pictures and oohing and eyeing, right? And I remembered, I was like, oh my goodness, that's what makes it fun for me, is to be able to introduce people to beautiful things, right? When I think of the story of Molly, I don't know if you guys remember Molly's story, where she wanted, when she started, she said she wanted to become a coach and she wanted to grow her business because she wanted to help her husband go to seminary. And then when her husband got to go to seminary, she was stressed about having to move across the country, not realizing that she had actually achieved her goal. And thank the heavens, Susan took a picture of the moment that we told her that she achieved what she wanted. That brings me joy. And you know what? Molly's not here today. Molly's not a coach. And I'm not throwing Molly under the bus. I'm just using this as an example. Actually, there's a lot of people that were in that bus in Sedona that are not here anymore. Why? I was making it a lot about me. I was thinking that it was my fault. But then I thought about it. I was like, no, no. I want to introduce people to beautiful things. I want to help create a better world, right? That's what I want. And I don't need any one person for me to do that, right? Once again, I'm not saying that to disparage, but you don't need any one person to achieve whatever your goal might be, right? And so I'm not going to get off the bus and I'm not going to stop seeing beautiful things or trying to show beautiful things to people because somebody decided they don't want to continue coaching anymore. I'm not going to stop offering like a solution because somebody decided to cancel their premiere. I'm not. Now, I could make it about me, and I have. But when I notice that it starts getting to me, plug into community, plug into mentorship, okay? Feed my mind something new. So, what have I also committed to? Listening to the Squirrels again, because I realized that the business that I built when I almost got to global for the first time was different from the business that was there when I got to global the second time. And it's going to be different each time we grow. It's going to be different. And the people that are going to be with me are the people that are going to be with me. And I just understand that it's not about me. It's about the people that want what I want. And I have decided that I'm not going to allow what other people want influence what I want or what I do. And Dan Valentine talked about this on the call on Saturday. This is a 30 to 90 day business. And I know Tim can vouch for this, that if you start working, you're not going to, if you start being consistent, you're not going to see results in a week. You're not going to see results maybe even in 20 days, right? You will start seeing results in about 60 days for sure. You're going to definitely start seeing business in 90 days. And I've got to be honest, I got complacent and I was not doing the consistent work and I have not brought on a coach, right? So, with me doing the consistent work, getting into the edge 30, do I expect it's going to change by next week? No. Do I expect it's going to help change by next month? Maybe. Okay. But what I can do is what I can do. And that is what I can do. Right. So I know. Okay. I'm going to share this story with you guys because I want you to see what's possible. Are there people bringing on clients right now? Are there people getting to ED right now? Are there people acquiring those bonuses right now? So if it can be done, if it has been done, that means it can be done. And I am going to find the video. It's right here. And I did watch the video to make sure that it's okay. It's about 10 minutes long. So we're going to dig into our, the other meeting, but I definitely want to make sure that everybody hears this. Gotta love technology. Oh, honey, I'm going to send you the link. Can you share it? Because I don't know if it's my um internet connection. It's at the 22-minute mark. I played just a minute ago, but now it doesn't want to play. Is he there? Honey, when you share it, don't forget to share sound. Sorry, guys. It's still
I got
spinning.
you back, Ed, if you need me to share it.
You got it, Tim? Or honey, did you get it? Okay, he got it.
You got it.
Can you guys see? So it's at the 22-minute mark. Did you click share sound, honey, when you clicked share?
My grandmother in
Oh, there
Georgia. Here's
Got
what
it.
I want everybody to understand. There comes a moment where everything shifts. Everything, when you find a client who becomes a coach, something shifts in them. It's what happened with Karen and I over 9 years ago. About 35 days ago, I got introduced.
Can't hear anything, Donnie.
Executive director.
Honey, go ahead and stop.
And
I can hear
also
it, but I don't know
his
why
coaches,
it's not.
Darren and Becky,
coming.
who
So
are on
you
our
guys cannot hear? Heather, Tim, no? Well, I don't know what's wrong then. I am
Yep.
sharing the screen, the audio is going.
It
So
might be your internet connection, Ed. If it's slowing down, it's not catching up. The audio's not catching up with the recording.
Donnie shared the link. You want them to watch from the Mark 22, right?
So I actually encourage you to watch the whole thing. Okay, watch the whole thing. But what I wanted you guys to hear was directly from this person that in 35 days, he hit ED and brought on, I can forget how many people, crazy amounts of people. I know that ultimately he ended up earning close to $5,000 in his first month. Does that happen for everybody? No. And that's not what we're saying here. What we are saying is it's possible. And our community is called Mission Possible. And because he was able to earn close to $5,000, that suggests to me that there are people out there that are looking for what we have. The question is, where are they? And how do we up our skills to connect with them? Right. And so that's ultimately what I'm working on. And that's ultimately what our Launchpad is going to be doing together as well. So whether you already are an ED and you want to just double your ED business, or you want to remember how to build an ED, right? And you're looking for accountability for the consistency or whatever, I invite you to join us. Go ahead and message me on Messenger and I'll add you to the group. And we're going to share our goals, like I said, and we're going to share our action steps and we're going to do this together. We're going to link arms. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not going anywhere. And what I was going to talk about that I'm going to actually leave for maybe a video I'll make later is they talked on the Edge to ED Bootcamp about building your dream team and starting to build your dream team list. And I started today and I think I added like 10 people. And so these are people that I would love to do life with. These are people that I would love to work with as coaches then I'm now going to be a little extra intentional about spending time with them, connecting with them, finding opportunities. Okay. And invest in that relationship so that I can get to the point where I can ask them, hey, I would love to work with you. Or is that something that you're open to exploring? On the Edge to ED Bootcamp, they actually talked about ChatGPT scripts that you can use to make that approach. So they actually literally talked about how do you make the approach? And that's a lot of times what stops people is like, I don't know what to say, right? One thing I will say is that ignorance on fire is better than a competent professional that does nothing. Okay. So there's never, you can't do it wrong if you're doing it, but you can always up your skill. And that's where ChatGPT and the other things they talked about will be very helpful. And so that link that I posted into the chat, that's the Edge to ED video for week 3. And we're doing the launch pad starting tomorrow. It is a Tuesday. It's not a Monday. It's going to be the 20th of the month. It's not going to be the 1st of the month. But this is the thing. We're not going to overthink it. We're not going to overcomplicate it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I would love for those that want to grow and make and multiply their impact to join me as well. So with that, you guys, have a good night.